So inverse variation was the only variation we had that was division. So y equals k over x. What'd you already do while I was waiting for this to warm up? Plugged them in? So what'd you get for k? And then you stop? That's your answer. And that's what happens with about a third of the people that take this test, and they lose a point, and then later they do the V8 moment. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Is this an equation that says y varies inversely as x? So we have to figure out how to get the y and the x back in there. Well, all we have to do is take the negative 15, plop it right there for k. Happens every time we take this test. Yes, you did most of the work. You found k. That was your job. But we have to put it back in there because we want an equation where it says y varies inversely as x. So if that's the only one that we do division for, everything else is multiplication. Let's look at this one. X equals 3 and y equals 5 when z equals 6. Y varies directly with x. So what does that mean? Y equals kx multiplication. And inversely with z. So what do we do with that? Good. Inversely on the bottom. All right. Now what? Plug them in. All right. So y is 5. Oops, it doesn't look like a 5. Oh boy, there's a little lump on the smartboard. 5 equals k, and then it's times 3 over z, which was 6. Are you going to reduce the 3/6 to 1/2, or are you just going to start your steps? Yeah, because it does make any difference. So multiply both sides by 6. And we get 30 equals k times 3, which, yeah, I can't write it like that. I'm going to have to make it 3k. That would drive me nuts. Then? So if you're sitting there right now saying, Cedar Home, I would have made that 1/2 and gone from there. Yeah, either way, you'll get the answer. Now we got a k of 10. Are we done? No. What do we do? Exactly. So go back to what you had. Get the little green dot here. Let's scroll that up. Y equals, we just found a 10 to put in there for k. Now, there might be a follow-up question. The follow-up question might say, what is y when x is 2 and z is 20? What do you do with something like that? That's all you do. Plug them in and see what you get. You know. So write it first, then see if there's a follow-up question, just so you don't accidentally miss it. So how do you feel about doing that? Direct, inverse, joint variation, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 me? How's everybody going to do on those? Okay, we said when we did these sections, the only thing you have to remember is the only one that is division is which one? Inverse, exactly. It's the only division one. So is the relationship between the values in each table direct variation, inverse variation, or neither? And write an equation to model any direct or inverse variation. All right, well, let's see. Direct variation is supposed to look like that. But this table just has x's and y's in it. So how are we going to check to see if it's direct? So let's check that out. If you take 14 and divide it by 7, you get the same thing as dividing 20 by 10 and 28 by 14. Oh, what do you get? 14 divided by 7 is? 20 divided by 10. So this is direct variation. What's the equation? Yes. You want to make that look like multiplication because that's direct variation. It's multiplication. Check with the phone light, please. Alrighty, so chances are pretty good this is not direct, but you never know. Let's check it out. So for direct, we want y over x to give us the same thing every single time. So negative 8 divided by negative 7, is that the same thing as negative 28 divided by negative 2? And not direct. All right. So inverse looks like that, but we need to see the x's and y's together. So how do we get that solved for k? Multiply. All right, so now our hope is that when we take negative 7 times negative 8, and negative 2 times negative 28, and negative 4 times negative 14, that we always get the same thing. Do we? What do we get? 56 for every one. That makes it inverse or indirect. It, like I said, there's a lot of books just use those synonymously, direct and indirect. In this book generally just talked about it as inverse, but a lot of books will use indirect. All right, so what's the equation? Right, go back to the one that it looks like inverse variation. It has a division. Put your k in, and away you go. So, if you have to do these on the test, where you're given a table, and you have to figure out what k is, and then put it in the equation, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, me, how are we going to do? All right, remember to solve for k, and go from there. That was 8-1. That's what we did in 8-1. So now let's start 8-2. What is the domain of the following function? Okay. Well, we can generally say all reals unless there's some number we can't use. You see a number we can't use and y equals 6 over x minus 3 plus 8? Why? It'll make a 0 in the denominator. So if you really want to show work, you could absolutely do this. And then say x can't be 3. You could also just write down x can't be 3, and you'll get the points. But remember, every once in a while we have something goofy in the denominator, like 3x plus 7, and then a lot of people are probably going to have to subtract 7 and divide by 3 together. But don't write x equals 3. That's the exact opposite of what we were trying to find. You know, we needed to know that that's the number that's out. X can't be 3. Alrighty, this one says, let's write an equation for a translation of y equals 2 over x. So this is what we're supposed to start with the given asymptotes. Well, that makes me realize this was one of those really nice a over x minus h plus k problems. And for that, we have to know what's a, what's h, and what's k. Well, they gave us a. A is 2. They said we have to use that. So now our job is to figure out what on earth we're supposed to do with the x equals negative 7 and the y equals 3. Which one of those do you suppose needs to go underneath that? The x, right. So it's going to say x minus a negative 7. We're not leaving that. What will we put? X plus 7. And what do you do with the 3 back there, Lee? So where's that going to go? Oh, here?
Yeah.
Already did H. For K? Is everybody guessing at this point?
Yes.
Okay. These are the asymptotes. That's what these are. These have to be H and K. Anything that says X equals is going to be an H. Anything that says Y equals is going to be a K. So we're just going to slap a plus 3 on there. And that one will be done. So I'm guessing that a lot of you thought this had to be more complicated than that, right? Overthinking a little bit.
Wait, is that the answer then?
That's it.
Jesus.
Well, where?
So, not physically visible.
All right, so we will do the math. How are you feeling about 5 and 6? If those are on the test, give me your 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You're not going to overthink, right?
Oh, I definitely will.
I know, that's always the risk when they're a little too basic like that, but that's where we're going to stop for today. Let me get you the assignment, and then I'll get you a candy, partner. Now, you do have 2 assignments this time because they're little baby assignments.
They're not due tomorrow, right?
Yeah, due tomorrow. This one will be due tomorrow. Let me grab the bag here to get you candy, partner.
Is that the assignment right there?
That's for tomorrow. I'm gonna give you one today and one tomorrow. One overall. That's a baby assignment.
Is that a good spot? Maybe for tall, no,
No.